Good morning, everyone. My name's Anu, and welcome to our webinar, A Beginner's Guide to Implementing ISO 9001. Thank you all for joining us today. Just letting you all know that we'll get started in a couple of minutes. Please sit tight while we wait for everyone to enter the session. We've had quite a lot of people register, so we'll just give everyone a chance to jump in. All right. Looks like we've had quite a few people jump in, which is great. So yeah, I think we're ready to make a start. So if you missed the beginning, my name is Anu Varghese, and welcome to our webinar, A Beginner's Guide to Implementing ISO 9001, presented by Citation Group. Now, before we deep dive into the presentation, I just want to cover off some general housekeeping rules. So if you have a question anytime during the webinar, please use the Q&A feature at the bottom of your screen so you can get them out to us, and we'll try and answer them at the end of the presentation. You don't have to wait till the end, just type them throughout the webinar and we'll answer at the very end. And also, yes, the webinar will be recorded and we'll send you the recording link right after the session. So feel free to share that link with your colleagues or anyone else who could benefit from this information as well. So, like I said, we've had quite a few people joining today's webinar. We had quite a lot of registrants, which is fantastic. I'm guessing all of you have come along to the webinar because you're interested in learning more about the wonderful world of ISO certification, and in particular, ISO 9001, which is probably the one we get the most inquiries on. So really glad you've all joined us here today. And yeah, I'm sure by the time you finish this webinar, you should walk away with some useful information that will keep you or help you on your people management journey. So today our webinar will be presented by Chris Condich. So Chris is our head of sales at Citation Certification and has extensive experience in business development and sales for span for almost or over 15 years. And a bit about me as well. So my name is Anu. I'm a senior business development coordinator at Citation Group. I work directly with businesses to help them uncover gaps that they might have around their HR, safety processes, and help them find solutions that streamline their people management. All right. So for those of you that haven't attended one of our webinars in the past, here's a bit more information on who we are. So Citation Group has been around for over 30 years now, working to help Australia and New Zealand businesses around their workplace compliance and providing solutions around that. That way we can help work with them to create better workplaces. So we do this by doing outsourced HR, safety management systems, ISO certification, workplace law, and migration support. So really trying to be that one-stop shop for all your compliance needs. And yeah, so today's webinar, though, will be obviously featuring citation certification. So citation certification has around 30 years of experience in guiding thousands of successful organizations through the complexities of certification. And now that's anything from ISO certification to NDIS compliance audits, as well as training. So we really want to be your certification partner for your needs. So that's all from me. It's my pleasure to now pass it over to Chris, who will take you through today's topic. And I hope you enjoy the webinar. And I'll see you in a bit.
Thanks, Anu, for that. Hello, everyone. Chris Condich is my name, as Anu mentioned. I'll be taking you through today's webinar. We're talking all things ISO 9001 quality management systems. Hopefully today we'll be able to give you an insight into what is ISO 9001, why you should implement it, how does it work, who can help you, and then, as Anu mentioned at the start of today's proceedings, how can we answer the questions that you may have, or if not, how can we find someone to help you answer those questions? So what is ISO 9001 2015? Let's not get too bogged down in the 2015 aspect, but ISO 9001 is an internationally recognised standard in quality. It's a guide to best practice, not just in terms of the products and services that you provide, but as well as how your business operates. So in essence, it standardises the means with which you do your processes, procedures, policies, and to meet the quality goals of your organisation. It also touches on the ability and importance of conducting internal reviews and continually improving the way in with which you manage your business operations. The standard also increases an organisation awareness of its commitments and duties in fulfilling the needs and expectations of customers and stakeholders in the delivery of the products and services. So, what are the benefits of getting certified to ISO 9001, or more importantly, implementing a system at your organisation that meets the requirements of the standard ISO 9001 quality management? We've got a few dot points for you to consider there. And look, most of our customers do come to us that they're looking to enhance their value proposition, win a tender. But more importantly, the benefits of ISO 9001 is telling businesses what it is that you do and how you're going to do it, and that it meets a particular standard. And going through that process helps you to verify or externally verify the claims that you are making. Also produces great business efficiencies operationally as well. And also hopefully will make you more successful in winning tenders or other business that you may be looking to assist with the growth of your business. Today's market is becoming more and more defined by what your customers want and need. They're better educated, they're more demanding. I'm sure you've heard that I need more from you, and expecting the same standard from every supplier or partner that they work with. That being said, there's now the internet that you're able to provide feedback, vent frustrations, tell people what you do and don't like. So therefore, that reputational risk is even more important than ever before. ISO 9001 and developing a quality management system gives you or your business, regardless of your size or industry or the model or the way in which you do your business, the tools to handle or mitigate this. Certified businesses usually think more broadly. You consider the impact and the aspects of quality beyond the realms of just customer satisfaction. And hopefully that leads to a reward in the increasing confidence from your customers, partners, suppliers, and all stakeholders. So here we have some statistical information that shows what the clients of citation certification who hold ISO 9001 certification have told us about the improved quality of their management process, the efficiency of their management framework, their customer satisfaction, as well as their customer growth and success. So how does ISO 9001 work and what is involved? There are 7 fundamental principles that the ISO 9001 standard is built around, as is most of the ISO standards that are in operation today. You can see them numbered there from 1 to 7, and we'll go into a little bit of detail about each of these 7 aspects in the next few minutes. Customer focus. Every day you're looking to meet your customer requirements and strive to exceed expectations. Why? Because focusing on your customer, you will attract and retain their confidence. A customer who is satisfied will be loyal to your business, and therefore repeat business will increase. Don't forget, with the popularity of the internet, geez, I sound old when I'm saying that, and social media, recommendations or otherwise can have a huge impact on your attempts to attract new business or hold on to your current customers. So, start by identifying your customers, those that are direct or indirect, those who buy your products directly or through resellers, suppliers, partners, etc. If you know your customers, and you can find out their current and future needs and expectations, you can introduce new products, service, goals, and objectives that meet their requirements. You should also gather customer feedback and act on it. ISO 9001 is very much a leadership or management-led standard. Leaders at all levels should establish a unity of purpose and direction. So when the leadership of an organisation sets an example by participating and encouraging those under them to care about the quality management system, they are creating an environment where everyone is working towards achieving the organisation's goals and objectives. Start by creating and communicating your organisation's mission, vision, strategy, policies, processes, procedures. If everyone knows what your organisation is about and how it aims to go about it, they can act with one purpose, especially if your leadership is setting a positive example in this regard. It is important to empower your people, to give them or providing them with the resources, training, and authority to act with accountability, and in addition, inspire, encourage, and recognise their contributions. Confident, empowered, and engaged people enhance an organisation. Employees that are trusted or feel trusted and are clear on their objectives will not only be more satisfied in their roles, but have increased motivation to help your business achieve its goals. Tell your people how their contributions affect the organisation. Those businesses that are good at telling people what their job is, but forget to tell them how their role fits into the greater scheme of things, invariably come unstuck. Further this by encouraging knowledge sharing and collaboration between business areas or business units. Empower your employees by acknowledging their contributions and rewarding them if this is something that will fit. Ensure that they are skilled and able to undertake their roles and provide training where necessary. You should gather their feedback and act on it. Set personal objectives so that they can feel they are making a difference.
All right. Thanks, Chris. Great presentation so far. Very informative. I just want to take a quick second to pause for a moment, just so I can share a really helpful resource to all of you. So those of you on today's session, just as a thank you, and if you're seriously considering ISO 9001, what we have on the screen here is a gap analysis for ISO 9001 to help you get started. Now, the first step in implementing an ISO management system in your organization is to identify the gaps by comparing your current management systems with the ISO 9001 requirements. So I'll give you a moment to scan that QR code on your screen. That way, fill out the form, and that way you can download your complimentary 9001 gap analysis checklist. So I'll just pause for a bit. For those of you watching on your mobile, I'll also pop the link in the chat. So I'll give you a couple of seconds so you can catch up on that, and we'll continue on. All right. Hopefully that gave you enough time to scan the QR code, and I'll pass it back over to you, Chris.
Thank you, Anu. All righty. So we're into the process aspect or the process phase of ISO 9001 or the standard, and it's about managing your business activities as an interrelated process or a system ostensibly. So we all know that organizations say, I've got a lot of processes, policies, and procedures. Invariably, you have a management system, but putting it all together where it provides your business a one system of doing things is the best approach. So this process approach considers all business activities as one, from design to assembly, customer communications to complaints management. So considering your business in this way, you can easily see where there is duplication, triplication, or wasted effort and or resources. So what can you do? Start by identifying all the activities in your business, how they work with each other, and who is responsible for undertaking them or managing them in your organization. You may find it beneficial to produce a flow diagram to show these connections. Working like this, you can address your problems more efficiently and consider all the needs or the areas that are affected, not just by an individual department and or activity. Should come as no surprise that successful organizations focus on continual improvement. And lo and behold, ISO 9001 asks you to continually improve your system. A business that never improves will eventually stagnate, and it is unlikely that existing performance will remain as is. There are an ability for small incremental alterations or changes, but all improvements can increase the performance of your system and the way in which you do things or lead to better customer satisfaction. When looking at any type of improvement, consider the root cause as well as addressing the consequences. This will allow you to introduce preventative actions where required or allow you to spot and prevent further issues that may occur in the future. Recommend to regularly track and review your processes, make improvements, and that will ensure that they are always fit for purpose and will help to improve your productivity. Evidence-based decision making. Base your decisions on the analysis and evaluation of data. Using evidence, facts, and data analysis leads to greater objectivity and confidence in the result. This also allows you to assess the performance and demonstrate the effectiveness of the decision. So work out how you can demonstrate your performance and analyse the information. You can use these as evidence alongside your experience and intuition to make balanced and informed decisions. Continue to monitor this information after it has been made, and this will help you work out how successful the decision was. The final fundamental principle for today is relationship management. So we strongly encourage you to manage your relationships to encourage success for all. Successful companies understand that its investors, partners, and those involved in its supply chain must also prosper if that success is to continue. Maintaining relationships with your business network means that you can share your resources and understand each other's objectives. In the first instance, it's key to build a rapport with your providers, partners, and other interested parties. Find out their aims, goals, see what resources they use. It may be that you share these in common and can offer advice on how to improve. Who knows? You may be able to spot opportunities to collaborate with them and strike a balance between short-term gains and long-term goals. This may mean a loss for either party at first, but assured it will be beneficial in the long run. So, who can help? Having helped thousands of customers with their management systems, citation certification can help you with upskilling your internal resources right through to achieving certification. And here's how. Over 30 years of experience, citation certification is a beacon of excellence, guiding thousands of organisations through the complexities of certification. Our commitment to quality has established us as a trusted partner in the certification landscape. Citation Certification's Business Partner Program has many management consultant companies nationally that can help you with your management system development and implementation needs. Implementing ISO 9001 or a quality management system is not something you have to do alone. And certification doesn't have to be expensive or complicated. If you're interested in the benefits that the standard can bring to your business, and are looking for a common sense and efficient approach which doesn't break the bank, citation certification can help you and guide you. Citation certification has a number of learning options to help you and your internal resourcing, starting from on-demand courses, live courses that are delivered virtually, right through to bespoke training that can include your organisation customisation and a number of free resources that are available to you by selecting Citation Certification as your certification partner.
Thanks, Chris. Now, I've already seen a lot of questions coming through already, which is fantastic. So before we get started on answering all your questions, I just want to remind you again that we have this excellent free resource available for all of our webinar attendees today. So if you're looking to implement ISO 9001 in your organization, or if you're preparing for an external audit, our 9001 gap analysis checklist will give you the list of items that you need to prepare. So I'll give you another minute to scan the QR code so you can fill in the form and download the resource, and we'll get stuck into your questions. Perfect. So we've been inundated with questions, so we won't have time to answer all of them. So if we don't answer your question today, that's all right. We're more than happy to talk to you offline, and we'll be in touch with you after the webinar. So I'll jump to the first question. So is ISO just for large businesses? My business is small and I don't have time to come up with all those fancy documents. Chris?
Very, very good question. Well, let's think of it this way. Your system only needs to be as complex as your business is. If you're a small business and you only do a handful of things, well, I'm sure you're only going to have a handful of policies and procedures, right through to those organisations that do multiple tasks and activities that may need several, or if not many more, policies, procedures, and processes. We talked about that in the fundamental principles aspect of that process approach, and that's a great way to find out how complex your management system needs to be.
Awesome. All right. Next question. How do I know how to start and what my quality management system covers?
Thanks, Anu. Another great question and a tough one. Look, everything should be dictated by you understanding what it is that you do. And in certification, we call that the scope of activities and effectively your quality policy. So, what is it that you do? And what is it that your systems, your policies, and procedures are covering off? So, if you manage a professional services organisation, that's what your management system should cover. If you're manufacturing jeans. Well, then that's what your management system should cover. So it always comes back to defining the scope of what you do and making sure that your system covers off the activities or the production of products and services that you and your organization provides.
Perfect. Thanks, Chris. Next question. What is the difference between a QMS and a QA?
Very good question. We're starting to get into the complex ones. Thanks, Anu, and whoever has posed that question. Look, we've talked about ISO 9001 today, which is a quality management system, putting in a number of processes, procedures, etc. It's all about the business. Yeah. So the business's processes, it's a system to manage the business and the quality of the business. Quality assurance is usually the output or the quality of the output of the product and or service. So I know that probably a prime example, if you are manufacturing a particular product, let's say in this instance, it was those jeans we were talking about before. Your quality management system is about how you ensure that you do things time and time again in the same way, and following the same processes, and that you are able to manufacture the jeans. Your quality assurance will be the actual quality of the product that you are putting out, making sure that the stitching's okay on your jeans, the zippers are up the right way, and that there's a button on every pair to ensure that they'll stay on the person's body when you've done that. So thinking of it that way, quality management system, business, quality assurance, the product and or service that you are providing. I hope that makes sense.
Definitely does, Chris. Thank you very much. I've got a good question here. How much does ISO 9001 cost?
Sorry, I'm laughing, but this is the question that we get all the time. I wish there was a hard and fast rule that I could just go, this is what it costs to know. Every organisation will be different, and it is because of those things that I just raised before: the complexity of your business, the size of your business, and the scope of the activities that you undertake. So, can I give you a ballpark of where to start? Probably yes, but please reach out to us and we can give you a tailored proposal that will give you definitive costs, not only for your initial certification, but your ongoing certification requirements.
Yeah, perfect. Makes sense. All right. Well, those are fantastic questions. Unfortunately, we don't have time to answer more today because so many came through. But we thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Chris, for all the fantastic information. Please look out for our email link with the recording. Get in touch with us if you'd like to discuss your workplace compliance further, and we'd be more than happy to help. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Anu. It was great chatting and look forward to seeing you all at the next Citation Group webinar.